Start a speech with impact. How many times have we found ourselves with the responsibility of having to develop a good discourse and a speech, of making a presentation before a group of people, and this has made us think about how to start a speech. I am José Manuel García-Lomas Allen-Perkins. As I know the importance of the attention curve in our communication, I know the importance of the start of the speech to get a strong pull of the attention curve that is beginning. Classically, there are three ways of beginning any speech that I usually produce. One, with something that impacts the audience. Two, with a story that captures the interest of the audience. And three, with a question addressed to the audience. Everyone in this situation, at the beginning of his presentation, must find his way. Personally, when initiating my sales training programs with professional teams, I usually start in the following way. I address the group, the audience, by saying, sometimes when I start my sales training with professionals, if we establish a 1 to 10 point scale to evaluate the effectiveness of pre-professional, being 1 the mediocre professional and 10 the 10 points professional, the perfect salesperson, someone in the room says, yes, here I am that 10 points professional. As it is a training situation, the participants are supposed to be people with development potential, and usually they are well prepared. What to do? At that moment, I usually ask this person, could you explain to us why do you think you are that 10 points professional? We are interested in hearing your answer because we all want to learn from a 10 points person. He stands up and talks. Well, he says, dear colleagues, I'm José Manuel, in sales numbers seen and count, and the result that I have obtained in this last period have been so excellent that this has been in line or above the maximum demanded by my director, by the person in charge of my company to whom I report. And this has not only happened to me in the last month or period. Well, if I look back, this has been happening to me for a long time. So if the sales numbers are singing and counting, and my results have always been in line or above the maximum that was required of me, I consider that I am already that professional 10 points. And something else to add, this brilliant result that I have achieved have not been given to me by anyone. It has been my performance, my professional effort, which has generated that magnificent results that allow me to consider myself a 10 points. Now I tell him, okay, your results are excellent and nobody takes away your merits because the result you have obtained does not fall from the sky, but as you say, it has been your professional performance the cause of that effect which you have obtained, and that is your good result, since the sales result is a consequence of our performance. But I'm going to give you 3 reasons why, even though you now consider yourself a 10 points professional, you should stay with us and continue training and developing yourself because you will see how things can change. The first reason. Is it true that it would be no strange that tomorrow that we all have ahead of us, someone from above, and there is always someone from above, will come and tell you, your results, my dear professional, are magnificent. But the competition, as you know, does not sleep, does not rest, does not eat, looking for a way to scratch the part of the market share so good that we have. Therefore, let's see what we can come up with to improve your results, even more because if we don't grow, the competition can grow at our expense, and that doesn't interest us. At that moment, our 10-point professional has a serious problem because since his performance has been so good and has generated those good results, it has motivated him to perhaps rest on his laurels. Now his boss asks him to increase his results, but as his performance continues at the same level as always, then we find that in the relationship action equal results, the result that your boss, as you know, is superior but with the same performance. In other words, we would be in the situation of asking pears from an elm, and as we all know, elm trees do not produce pears. Therefore, our man-woman 10 points will have a problem. The second reason, besides, today you are worth 10 points, but if you do nothing for your development, tomorrow you might not be worth 10 points, but 9, and then 8, and then 7, and finally, with time and the arrival of new generation of professionals, you might be parked. Besides, it turns out that there is someone of a smaller professional size at your side, and therefore with lower results. I'm talking about the competition, which, as we all know, the competition does not eat, does not sleep, does not rest, always trying to take part in the portion of the market cake that we already have. And the competitor looks at our magnificent results, and when he sees his own so small, he makes a good decision, that of putting himself on a launch pad, and through continuous training, it could be that the dwarf of today could become a giant tomorrow, who do take the best part of the results of our market. And you professional 10 points today, being sleeping on your laurels, if in that tomorrow you survive, which is doubtful, will have to settle for the lesser part of the market. And all this because the competition knows that knowledge is power, and a well-developed training produces miracles. The third reason is that now that the small-sized professional that is next to us is not a competitor, but the client. Yes, the customer, the reason for the existence of all business in this world. Because the client in the business world is the king. And the client also develops himself and attends courses and training, and it can happen that the salesman, all proud, keeps his professional stature because it is considered that already is at 10 points and why to develop more, while the client, who also knows that knowledge is power and that training produces miracles, grows and develops and in time surpasses the figure of the salesperson in professional stature. And here we have a new problem for the salesperson because he is going to visit his client without realizing that the client is now a giant, who also mimics to go unnoticed in front of the salesperson. The professional, trusting in himself, thinks he has the operation done, but in the end, the seller's soul happens. If the size of the salesman, professionally speaking, is smaller than that of the client, the image that is represented to us can have that interesting name of the seller soul, something that we never want to happen to us as professionals that we are. Therefore, we have given 3 good reasons so that if someone in a situation like the one we have described is considered 10 points, they should know that they should continue their professional development and training, since today you are worth 10 points, but if you do nothing for your development, tomorrow you will be worth 9, then 8, and when you want to realize the new generation that are coming will take you out of the market. In short, no one's future is guaranteed. And if one thing is clear, it is that the future will be for the best. Now I propose an interesting exercise for each one in his situation to answer the following question. What factors in the seller's work in our situation influence their results? And I add factors of a personal nature, that is to say, that depends fundamentally on the figure of the professional. Stop the video if you want, take some time to think about the different answers, then I will give mine and we can compare. The best answer is the concept of the 3 dimensions and the 10 sales areas called selling by objectives. This concept has already been widely developed in several videos of our channel. In future videos we will return to these 3 dimensions of the sale, that is to say, quantity, direction and quality, and the 10 areas of the sale to which they give rise. And okay, if you are interested in our videos, I suggest you give a like and subscribe to our channels in Spanish and in English, as we publish videos every week.